International communism being introduced. This is incredible info. This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Hi folks, this is Alex Jones, and I want to tell you about the Silver Lungs generator. Now you can produce pure and endless colloidal silver and deliver the solution directly into the bloodstream by breathing the solution through the lungs. The respiratory system is the first line of defense for airborne pathogens and viruses. The Silver Lungs generator infuses the respiratory system with your self-produced nano-silver solutions and also delivers the silver nanoparticles instantly into the bloodstream. With continued legislation threatening the sale of nano-silver products, you can now produce pure and endless colloidal silver with the Silver Lungs generator. Very easy to follow step-by-step instructions are provided, making production fast and simple. Go to www.silverlungs.com today and learn more about the breakthrough technology of the Silver Lungs generator. That's www.silverlungs.com. Hundreds of nations have fallen to tyranny in the last century alone. This is our last chance to not relive history.
As we're finishing off this agenda, they'll be pulling the rug from underneath Americans at home.
They have tremendous influence on our president and Congress, and they really are calling the shots.
I think it's incumbent upon all of us as American citizens to pay attention.
Fall of the Republic identifies the enemies of our nation, the criminal offshore cartel, hell-bent on destroying sovereignty and on its ashes constructing world government.
Tim Geithner, Bernanke, they're arsonists. They're asking for more matches. And the Congress is saying, who do we make the check out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at PrisonPlanet.tv.
Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
8 minutes into hour number 3, George Hunt was just talking about how they declassified weather manipulation, weather control systems, and how they can clearly use this to create calamities and then scare the population into submission. That's been one of my biggest concerns. Going back to George Hunt. George, your take on that?
Well, the concern that I have is the E-bomb, the so-called surge bomb.
Electromagnetic pulse weapon.
Yes, you got it. That thing would be easy for any little state like North Korea or Iran or Israel to send a rocket bearing an atomic bomb up in the sky about 300 miles, exploding it and wiping out all of the electricity in line of sight of that explosion. That's the thing that bothers me.
You think the globalists would go that far?
Oh, yes. David Rockefeller has stated, and I checked it on the internet last night, that the world order will not be established until a terrible catastrophe occurs.
Yeah, they all say that continually. He actually said that in the Council on Foreign Relations publication, Foreign Affairs.
That's part of their fear doctrine, huh? Maybe.
Do you want to continue along that line or go to some more clips?
Well, I'd like to follow the line. Let's go to some clips. Let's have Maurice Strong on number 7.
Okay, Maurice Strong announces Rothschild. Then I want to get to Rothschild talking about communism. Okay, here's Maurice Strong.
No, you can play that one.
No. Let's play 7 first. Let's go through these. Here's 7.
There is no better person. He epitomizes in his own life that positive synthesis between environment, conservation on the one hand, and economics on the other. And I'm just delighted to have this opportunity of introducing to you Edmund de Rothschild.
Now, I want to go ahead now and go to clip number 13. I want to play the World Collective again, then some new clips, 14 and others. Here's 13 with Rothschild.
By thinking forward as to how to reach out to the public at large, to every corporate entity throughout the world, to put aside, hopefully tax-free, a part of their profits to fund our ecological and environmental protection.
So tax-free, paid to his bank. I have Reuters right here. 20-something years later, here it is happening, giving them money, and then they're tax-free to use it.
That's it. I didn't know that occurred, but I saw the banks tumbling down, and as the banks tumble, they're tumbling to the house of Rothschild. Now, on the last clip you played, or the one before that, did you hear Maurice Strong announce him as the positive synthesis between conservation on one side and growth and development on the other? He is the result of, he controls, in other words, the conservation movement and the economic movement. Rothschild's got it all.
Well, I've seen all the big Rothschilds out of England, the two heads of it, openly writing articles, giving speeches, calling for global governance. We'll play a clip from Bloomberg during Copenhagen coming up. Let's go ahead now and go to clip number 14. Rothschild, Lord Rothschild, International Communism Introduced. Here's that clip.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, every country has its own problems, its indigenous peoples and its wildlife. This International Conservation Bank must know no frontiers, no boundaries. Its funds must be used constructively and not to be challenged into greedy hands or weapons of destruction.
So here are these people always financing revolutions and wars and weapon systems, and you call that communism introduced. Why do you say that?
Yes. In other words, the currency will be used as a communal device, because there will be one world currency. And he's saying, too, as I recall in the speech, that each country also has its own indigenous people, and they'll be allowed to have soft currencies, but the currencies will be intermingled. And
yeah, you're going to have a global currency over the regionals, which they're now setting up. It's amazing 23 years later to see all of this actually unfolding. And also Ban Ki-moon, a month and a half ago in the New York Times, Secretary General of the UN, he said all nations will be forced to pay into the UN to fund this. Let's play clip number 15. Rothschild brags. Here it is.
If there are any Japanese in the audience, I would apologize to them, but I've had very great experience in Japan, since my family has had connections with them since 1865, after Perry opened them up in 1863.
Let's play another clip. Let's have Michael Sweetman, James Baker quote, clip number 16. Here's Michael Sweetman, James Baker quote. Here it is.
At his keynote address to this Congress, U.S. Treasury Secretary James A. Baker pointed to the, I quote, the underlying reality that sound conservation is good economics. And further, conservation should not be the enemy of prosperity. It should instead sustain and enrich our prosperity. Unquote.
How do you decipher that, decode that, George Hunt? Well,
I couldn't hear him very well on that. I have to beg.
Yeah, I think that's part of the problem today is you're having trouble hearing. That was the James Baker quote by Michael Sweetman.
Oh, yes, I set that up for you to play because James Baker made a remark that caused the conservationists to tremble at the beginning of the meeting. He gave the keynote address, and he said that conservation required growth and development. And the conservationists said, what? You could hear the murmur in the audience. Well, what that means is that Rothschild, in order to be the positive synthesis of growth and development and economics, has to have a dynamic going. It has to be a forceful opposition in order for his group to go in and pick up the pieces and take over control. So he's encouraging this war between conservation and development.